As you can see, it is our final round, round 22, and we're at Yas Marina in Abu Dhabi. So we are just waiting for our drivers to get ready for the race. We may have one or two due to join us. Well, we've got one more waiting. We do have a couple more minutes before we actually do start. So we are got plenty of time for these extra drivers to join us. Currently at the moment we already have our winner, which is Thomas at the Red Bull. So Thomas had a formidable championship. He's absolutely fantastic. It was close to at the end. LH44 did fight hard to battle for that top spot, but last race Thomas held off and secured it nicely. So what I'm just doing now is just sending our link over to our friends in Discord. So say hello guys, if you're there, give us a shout out, let us know what you're thinking, who you think is going to get on pole, who do you think is going to win the race in the end, who do you think is going to get that crucial second place spot. I know Stead 6 is actually looking forward to this. He's looking to make the moves on LH44 to actually take that top spot, but LH44 is no pushover. He will battle back. So we've just got a couple of moments before our qualifying starts. So we do have Rayners with us. We have LH44, Cairo, Thomas, Nismo, Stead 6, Correct Savant, Bagos, Benjamin Cardiff, who is actually looking to hold on to his 8th spot at the moment. Rocker, Druo, Carter. We have Magnus, Shivmeister. This Shivmeister stepped in as a reserve driver today, so it'll be quite interesting to see how he does today. We've got Maverick, Iron Knight, Reagan McKinnon. I do believe Reagan is another reserve driver looking to jump in and see how he does. Right guys, as you can see, you've got a few comments. I'll come back to them in a moment. And we've got Apex and Liam in the race too. So just waiting for this qualifying to start, and so it's going to be a tight battle. I do believe we've got a battle for fair pole will be between Reno, LH44, Stead, and Thomas. I'm sure with a good run. Kyrie's had some fantastic races recently. Bagos can pull off a shock performance and disrupt the whole pack. So we're just going to jump on board our comments and see what people are saying. So we've got Kevin. How's it going guys? Can't wait to watch a great race today. Kevin, you are right, there's going to be a fantastic race. It's a pity you couldn't join us. Maxwell, good evening to yourself. He's got Rocker for pole and Thomas for the win. Good shot, Kevin. Big thumbs up from Benjamin Cardiff today. Yeah, I'm sure Ben is going to put a fantastic performance in today to clinch and hold on to that 8th spot of the championship. What I'll do now is I'll run through our championship standings, and we'll see how it all looks. So at the top of Thomas with the 51 point gap at 305. So he is not catchable at the moment. We got LH44 with 254, and then it's Stead 6 with 251. So Stead 6 needs to get just a couple of places above LH44 to hold up to take that position. And then we've got Rocker in 4th with 165. Right behind him we've got Rayners with 152. So Rayners with a good race from Rayners. If he takes the top spot and Rocker is 4th or below, I'm sure Rayner will be taking that 4th place. Apex and that guy driving both of the Mercedes around 147 and 113 respectively. Those two positions look like they're quite secure, so that's how they were going to finish. We have Benjamin Cardiff in 8th, and he's looking to hold that off. It's going to be a good battle between Benjamin Cardiff, Iron Knight and Maverick, who all can reach that 8th spot, including Nismo in that, because Nismo has got that chance. F1 Farf, who has had 3 wins in a row, is not with us today, so he won't be able to move up the standings, unfortunately, but that was a great, fantastic. He's 3 out of 3 really for F1 Farf. He joined us late and showed his worth. We've got Magnus sitting in 13th, Carter in 14th, Liam in 15th. All these are reachable, can reach the next one up above them. So it's at the lower end of the grid that is quite close. So we are just waiting for qualifying 1 with nearly a full grid with us. I do know Quad Duty at the moment, who is looking to join us. Maybe a bit late. I do believe Quadruti is a stand-in driver if he is racing with us today, but that could change. So the team standings at the moment is Red Bull Racing in 1st, followed by and they've the driver they're constructor champions on this, Williams with 288, sorry, and BWT Racing Point on 270, which means there's 18 points between them two, which means anybody between here can take that 2nd spot. It'll be quite tight battle between those 2 constructors, but you can't rule out Mercedes at the moment. They are 28 points short of 2nd spot, so good place from the Mercedes teams on both of them. We'll see them move up that table. McLaren is a little bit off that pace with 236, Ferrari at 216, AlphaTauri on 160, Renault on 90, Haas on 40, and Alfa Romeo on 29. So as I go lower down, they are getting a bit more spread out. So top's been clinched, and the bottom 3 don't look like they'll be shifting much. Well, bottom 5 pretty much not shifting. So it's a battle between 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and we've got drivers leaving the pit for our first qualifying session. We've got Mercedes, Red Bull, and a Ferrari out that I can see. Let's shimmy through. So we've got Reagan. Reagan's going to be quite interesting to see, and Alfa Romeo just jumped out in front of him. So we've got Correct Savant and Carter P, our first 2 drivers on the final laps. What we'll do now is we see what tyres are running. They should be all running softs. Bagos is sitting with mediums on them at the moment. He may change that. Be quite interesting to see how the tyre strategy goes. Everybody knows that Yas Marina is heavy wearing on front tyres because of the sharp turns. So that they are coming into turn 8 and 9. Around turn 10. And right down, all the way down into turn 11. Fastest part of the circuit is just before turn 8. That's where we're going to see quite a lot of dives into the corner from the inside line. Okay, so it'll be quite interesting to see how this all works out for our drivers. So I am going to run through the circuit while on board. Bagos, because Bagos is first one over the line for his flying lap. Oh no, correct, Salon will be actually. So we're on Carter P at the moment. Carter going through turn 1, nice and wide, cuts into turn 2. Make sure you shift over enough for turn 3 to be a bit smoother. You want to drift wide, ready for past turn 4, wide up turn 5, sharp turn for 12 and 6, go very wide for 7, you want to touch that outside curb, come in, cut that curb, and then wide again. I'm going to jump on correct Savant because he's ahead. So he's come up to turns 8 and 9, so nice and tight. You need to get a bit more over to the left when you come out of that turn. So turn 9 is a bit more quicker. Through turn 10, 10 you should be tucking in nice and tight. Sweep through, go wide. Almost going over this outer curve line here. You can see on the right for the service pits. Turn 11, 12 and 13 are quite tight. But tuck and turn around 10, 14, 15 and 16 are 45-degree turns basically, and cut you into numbers into 17. 17 is very slow turn. Around 18 and 19 under the Yas Hotel. Around 10, 20 onto 21. 21 with the pit entry. 22, careful the track limits there, and across the line in a 138.5. A great lap to start with for Correct Savant. Be good to see how it progresses. Carter with a 138.1. Fantastic response automatically. We have a lot of drivers out there at the moment. So we've got Bagos on soft, on mediums. He's come back into the pits. Rayners still in the pits. Drew is on his flying lap. So I think Reagan actually exploited track limits there. So his lap would not have counted. And we've got Iron Knight with a 136.6. That's a great time there by Iron Knight. And we've got Liam, who's had a bit of a spin out. Great time there by Thomas with a 135.5. These times are going to get quicker and quicker as the drivers do get a bit more used to the circuit. It is a tough circuit, and Liam with a spin out on turn 3, clips that inside wall, and he is now also exit of turn 2 into turn 3, clips that outside wall, and he is out, unfortunately. But Liam is a good driver. I'm sure he'll battle up to get into a higher spot. So we are waiting for other drivers to come out. So currently we have 5 times with Drew making a 138.6. So if it's like we're waiting for Rocker to do a time. Let's see if Kevin Jacobs is correct on that with Rocker doing the fastest lap. Let's see how our drivers Reagan has got another lap that he has exceeded track limit, so he's going to cut into the come into the pits, get some fresh softs on, and get back out there. Shivmeister with his first lap with us of a 139.7, Maverick with a 138.6. So those times there are quite. They are lower down than what we are expecting at the moment, but I'm sure they're going to get faster and faster as they do more laps and get used to this course. So Bagos is on an out lap at the moment. Nismo on an out lap. Stead 6 on an out lap. It would be interesting to see how it does. So Carter has retired from the session with that time at the moment. LH44 with a flying lap, and he goes into the pits. Oh, he did exceed track limits on that, so he might be looking to get some fresh softs on to get a better lap time, because he will be battling for the front to hold his second place spot in the championship. Cairo on an out lap, taking it gentle, letting Shipmeister go past. Very good sportsmanship from Cairo there. Have we got any updated times? I don't think we have. But let's have a look at Quadruti, who's with us in the Renault. It's good to see Quadruti out on course. It's good to see him that he's actually made qualifying today. Sometimes he is unable to meet the qualifying, but it's great that he's made it today. Let's have a look at any times updated. So Regan's come back out. He fresh softs on there. It's a fantastic looking pit exit going underneath the track. And track limits for Nismo. Best thing for him to do now is recharge those batteries and go for another lap if he can straight away. Bagos with a flying lap. He is in turn 6 at the moment. We do have Nismo, whose time has been discounted. We've got Quad Duty at turn 18 now. So he should be setting a time. He's gone for a bit slow time here. You can see it's over 2 minutes already. So this will be a second warm-up lap by the looks of it. So pedal to the metal for Quad Duty. I'm sure he's going to put a fast time in. Stead 6 at the moment with his first flying lap in turns 8 and 9. A little bit bumpy coming out of that turn. 10, he's hugged that leg curve and he's now central planted on the straight. He's gone wide. Purple sectors. So we are looking at a very strong time here from Stead 6. Great line through 10 14 now. Very fast through 15 and 16. Brings the speed right down. Keeps it within the lines for 10 17 18. Cairo with a time of 1:35.9. Fantastic time. I did say he has got the ability to put a good time in, and he has recently been showing that. And here we go, Stud 6 with a good with a time of a 1:36.3. I am sure he can find a bit more time in that. He is itching to get higher up. So out of all our viewers today, just keep your comments coming in. Let us know what you think. I'm sure that we can get your point of view right across to for today. So we are looking at Bagos at the moment, who's coming into sector 2. He's in 10-10, well 10-10 now, sorry. DRS zone. It's coming up to 10-11. Goes nice and wide. Through goes and 12 and 13. Around 14. Followed closely behind by the Ferrari. So we've got Rocker and Magnus out on fast laps. Quad Duty on a fast lap as well. Where is Quad Duty at the moment? Quad Duty has purple sector, sector 1. So it's looking like a good time for Quad Duty in the Renault. LH44 is currently on an out lap. Let's see how he does with this at the moment. We do want him to get up there in the battle with Thomas and Stead 6 and Cairo, who are putting fast times out. And I've just seen some changes. We have Magnus, a great lap from Magnus in the Ferrari of a 1:37.1, a good time. Slowed right down with the racing point as well to allow, which I believe was the Williams of LH44 to go past. Great sportsmanship by all drivers. I've seen this. Benjamin Cardiff with 1:37.8. Apex with 1:37.2. Great times, people. It's fantastic to see. We have Rayners on a fast lap, who's just made a time of. Well, he hasn't crossed over, but we do have times from Thomas 1:35.5, Rocker 1:35.8. Fantastic to see him up there. Great call from Kevin saying that he'll be up there for P1 for pole. He still got time. He can still make time off that lap. Cairo in third with a 1:35.9. Quad Duty with 1:36.1. Great time by Quad Duty in the Renault. Stead 6 with 1:36.3. Zionite with a 1:36.6. Magnus with 1:37.1. Apex with a 1:37.2. Benjamin with a 1:37.8. Bagos with 1:38.0. Correct Savant with 1:38.5. Drewer with a 1:38.6. And we've got Rayners coming around the last bend. Crosses the line with a 1:35.6. Sticks it into provisional second. Fantastic lap by Rayner. So we still we got Maverick 138.6, Carter with a 138.1, so I'm not too sure why he's sitting on 15th. Maybe it's because he retired from the session. Shiftmeister over 138.7. Regan McKinnon still to put in a lap, along with LH44, who's currently out in sector 1, so I think he might have invalidated the last lap, so he will be looking to make an outstanding lap now. Nismo currently on turn 2, looking for that fresh tyre, looking like he's on fresh tyres at the moment, so let's see a good time from him. So Rocket's retired from Q1 at the moment. He thinks he's done a good enough time there to get through to the next round of qualifying. So right now at the moment it's saying that Carter is on the balance, and we've just seen a little change. Is it? We've got a change going through. Eyes are all over the place looking for it. Iron Knight, I believe, has jumped in with a 136.6. I believe that's his new time, because I'm sure he was a little bit below. Yes, some fantastic times by drivers today. So Carrier's gone for another lap. It must feel like things could change quite easily. So he's going in to see if he can make another fast lap. Can we get Regan coming back out for another lap? It looks like tire blankets are coming off. Looks like he's going to make that move now. And as he goes, Regan out onto an out lap. Hopefully he's got it in him to actually get a time recorded. Nismo starting his flying lap now. LH44, he did make a time of 136.3, so he's in the mix there with the top runners. Obviously this is Q1, so with Q1 we are looking for the top 15 drivers at the moment, and our man on the critical point is Carter P. So Maverick, Shiftmeister, Regan and Nismo have opportunities to debunk him and send them out of Q2, out at Q1, so to say. So Stead 6 is feeling quite confident and decided not to go for another run. We've got Quad Duty sitting in the pits at the moment. I do believe they are some good times. Magnus going for another lap to see if he can get more time, or maybe this could be just a practice to see where he could be making time. So we've got Thomas Rayners sitting in the pits, Quad Duty in the pits, we've got Apex, Iron Knight, Benjamin Cardiff, Bagos, all in the pits at the moment. Is it because these drivers feel safe, or is it that they just feel like they can't do any better than what they currently doing? Magnus with on his out lap, harvesting all the energy he can. Very respectfully moved out of the way for the racing point. Let's have a look. See, I think it was Drew during the racing point at the moment. He is looking to make a little bit more time. He doesn't need much more to jump over Correct Savant. I don't want to comment on Carter P at the moment with the time. Zion Knight has retired from the session with a 136.6. A steady time there. I am sure that with the amount of people that are in the pits at the moment, that time won't shift much. Thomas retired from the session. He's getting ready for his Q2. I am sure that no one's going to debunk him out of Q1. So, any more comments from our viewers? That'd be great, fantastic. Let us know what you're thinking. good to hear. It'd be good to hear from you. So Drew Maverick are our two to watch at the moment on the outlap. Reagan, we do hope he gets a good lap in. He's coming around the last final bends. Is he able to change the time? Reagan was 1:35.5. What a lap! That came out of nowhere. Fantastic. I did not expect to see that time, but that is absolutely outstanding by Reagan. Competitive at the front. Absolutely outstanding. Okay, so we do have our times coming in. So we've got our Q1 is ended. We've got some hot laps still going. So Magnus, I think Magnus is just, oh, he's got a bit of front wing damage there. He must have clipped the wall at some point. So dropping out of Q1, looks like it's Carter, Shiftmeister, Drew, Liam and Nismo. Nismo and Liam unable to put a lap time in. So as we can see, we have dropping out is Carter with 1:38.1, Shiftmeister 1:38.3, Drew with a 1:38.6. They were not far off from being in. It was quite tight at the lower end there. I do believe some of these drivers could have put more time in, could have took more time off of their laps, but the battle at the front, all the way down to 9th within a second. But shock of the moment is that Reagan pulled off after invalidating so many laps, pulled off a shocking last minute or last second lap time. Absolutely fantastic. So yeah, just through the day, just got just a general chat between some of the drivers and some of the competitors about the devastation of Liam crashing out at turn 2. Now I do apologise to our viewers who actually jumped on board at that time, but yeah, Liam's decided to go for a new setup, try new things out because it's the last race of the season. He wants to try new things up, ready for the next stages. So right now we got opening up into Q2. Q2 with Bagos, Rayner, Reagan, Correct Savant, Maverick, Stead 6, Apex, Thomas, LH44, Zion Knight, Benjamin Cardiff, Cairo, Rocker and Magnus, all competing for those top 10 spots for a pole position shootout at Q3. So we have a few drivers all jumping out. Correct Savant straight out there. Our first driver to leave the pits onto his out lap. Correct Savant is quick at getting out there. So we've got currently Maverick out on an out lap and Magnus out on an out lap. Okay, we see what tyres they've decided to go with. So currently fitted at the moment: Bagos, Rayner, Reagan, Maverick, Stead 6, LH44, Zion 9, Benjamin Cardiff and Rocker all opting for the medium tyres. with this course, it is usually medium to hard or soft to hard racing setup. So it will depend on how far you can take those soft tyres to see whether the hards will do well for you in the latter stages. And it'd be quite nice to see how the different strategies will help further down the table. So people in 11th and below can choose whatever tyre they want to start on. So we might see a few hards out there for those long stints. So we've got LH44 saying evening, good evening LH44. We do have some drivers looking rooting for you at the moment. Other drivers do believe that you should be ahead of Stead 6, but I didn't say that. It'd be a great battle between LH44 and Stead 6 today, because both drivers are fantastic. So with us currently at the moment, we are with Correct Savant, who is at turn 8. So he's cutting in onto the chicane. Just managed to keep it in at the end of the exit of turn 9. A lot of drivers are taking that wide option at turn 10. Now turn 10 is a double left-handed nudge, really it is. It's him and tilt for you. He does like to, he has those straights and those almost straights. He didn't get many options with the layout for Yas Marina. So a little bit more about the circuit today that we are racing while we'll wait until this lap is over, because it'll be good to see what our drivers are doing at the moment. So we've got a sector 2 yellow flag. That will be drivers slowing down, letting other drivers pass. That's standard for this. And a 1:38.3. That's a good start by Craig Savant. It's a nice little time there. It'll be quite interesting to see how the mediums do compare to that. So this circuit is 3.4 miles long. It has 21 corners, 12 to the left, 9 to the right. Longest straight of 1.4 kilometers, that is 0.71 miles. So you're looking at over 20% of that is just on that straight. That's a very long straight. It's one of the longest straights of the calendar. I think Baku is the longest straight if you include those little bends. So Maverick on a medium put 141.3. And Bagos has put a 137.9 on the mediums. Reagan. That'll be quite interesting to see how Reagan does on those mediums. He is starting his hot lap now. Zionite with a 136.6. So that's not much. That's not much different from his original soft tyre lap from Q1. So looks like the medium tyre is quite competitive for our drivers. Stead 6 is coming out on his out lap. Apex and the other Mercedes going down into turn 8. See right behind you got the Ferrari, you got the Alfa Romeo, and I believe that's a Renault at the very back. I know it looks like it was a McLaren of Benjamin Cardiff, who's on a flying lap at the moment. Time sitting up. Oh, so Maverick invalidated that lap. Looks like he almost crashed into that wall. I'm not too sure whether he did hit the wall, but it looks like he still got his front wing. So if he did crash, it wasn't severe. So Reagan going around the final corner with 135.5, a fantastic lap. That's just as quick as That looks like it's just as quick as his Q1 time, and that was on softs, showing that the mediums are competitive in this. So we've got Kawase LH44, gonna try my best, man. Of course you are, LH. I do believe in you. Just make sure you stay in front of Stead 6 to hold our second place. It's fantastic. And Magnus saying evening, Gary. Well, evening to you, Magnus. I am actually rooting for you, Magnus. You are one of my favourite drivers, but I didn't say that loud, okay? So yeah, we have a few of our drivers still in the pits. We've got Rayners coming out on an out lap. Stead 6 on a lap at the moment. He is currently, well, he's just started his fast lap, so he's coming up to turn 5 right now. LH44 right behind him. So if LH44 watches Stead 6 and closes that time, I'm sure it will show. And I think Stead 6 is backed out of that lap. He's backed right out of that lap. He's giving LH44 the clear run, and so he's going to recover his battery and go again by the looks of it. So we've got, I think that was Apex with a 1:36.8, another good lap on Apex. All these top times right now are medium tyre times. So Craig Savant, he's in the pit at the moment. He might come back out. And is that Reagan's team looking to bring him in? It is. They are ready for him to come in. Reagan with a fantastic 1:35.5. Good to see what kind of response we're going to get from other drivers. So we've got provisional first place at the moment is Reagan with a 1:35.5. Kyrie 1:36.4. So it is quite a bit of a jump between them two. Then we've got Zion Knight with a 1:36.6. Apex with 1:36.6. So that is 3 100ths between Zion Knight and Apex. Rocker with a fantastic time of a 1:36.6. Another 200ths between himself and Apex, so 500ths between him and Zion Knight. So that's a battle and a half between them. Benjamin Carter with 1:37.5. Baggers with 1:37.9. Correct Savant with 1:38.3. Maverick with 141.3. Sorry about me stuttering. And Stead 6 with a slow, I would say that was a slow up. He's slowed down, allowing LH44 to get past with a 1:45.3. LH44 puts in a time of 1:36.1. It's a great time for medium tyres, but it is quite surprising when you look at Reagan's time compared to other drivers. And Reagan did mess up in Q1 a few times on his lap, so fantastic time there. Whether he comes out and does another run, it'll be good to see. But we've got the Mercedes coming out, running out for Apex. Rocker with a great time of 1:36.6. So anybody watching this at the moment, give us your comments about what you think about these lap times at the moment. Who's got it in them to do a little bit more. So we've got Zion Knight come out of the pits by the looks of it. Let's jump on board with one of our drivers. We've got Magnus. Let's jump on board Magnus as he's going around. Reagan's thought he's done enough for to get through to the Q3, which it's a great time. So I would be surprised if he is debunked. Magnus with 6 temps coming off his time. We've just had a time with Rayners 1:36.1. A great time by Rayners there on the medium tyres as well. So Magnus goes wide in that corner but doesn't invalidate his lap, which is good. It means he can still go. It's a corner that people do run wide on. Stewards know about that. Magnus keeps it in at turn 21, which is a critical corner really. And that's a time of 1:37.8. So time is in the top 10. Slow him right down. Has he got enough fuel in him at the moment to do another fast lap? He will be recharging his batteries. So yellow flags all around. This will be for some drivers just slowing down. Carries feels like he's done enough. Bargos is retired for the session. P11. It's not a great time to be dropping out. You could might have been able to do another lap, or was it just the fact that he felt he couldn't do any more? Maverick on a flying lap at the moment, not able to get a time to say how far he had. We've got Thomas, who hasn't set a time yet. He's on a flying lap at the moment. Quite interested to see how he does. Tidy through turn 21. 1:35.6, so that's very close to Reagan's time. Obviously at the moment we just want a time that's really good and within the top 10. LH44 feels like he's done enough and has retired from the session. Rayners still has got into the pits. Cyanide looking for that fast lap. He is 3/100ths behind his current fastest time, but that is a small amount of time to overthrow. So let's see if he can do that through these next few corners. Rocker has decided to retire from this session, believing to done enough to get into Q3. Ironite's improved. He has got 4/10 off that time. Stead 6 has retired from the session, currently in 7th. We've only less than 2 minutes to go. Not a lot of time to get an out lap and a fast lap, or get an out lap to make sure that you cross the line in time for a fast lap. So we've got Cyanide coming around final bends, turn 21, keeps it within track limits, and that's a 1:35.9. Fantastic time from Cyanide. Fantastic. Put something in there in the mix of the front runners. Brilliant to see. So we have drivers coming into the pits. Got Benjamin Cardiff's currently out at the moment. He is sitting in P10. Goes a little bit sideways on that corner. Around turn 7. That turn 7 is a left-handed hairpin. To get the best out of that corner, you have to slow right down. Focus on the exit more than the entry. So you want to get really wide, slow right down, cut across. You want to kind of like have a later apex on that corner, giving you as much of an exit speed as you could get. Pushing yourself further down towards turn 8. On that long straight, whatever speed you can get out of that corner is going to help you at the end of that straight. I do see a lot of different techniques around turn 10 and 11. Now turn 10 is a slow, it's a soft left-hander. Doesn't really feel like much of a corner, but it is critical. A lot of people take it wide, thinking of that faster line. Well, in fact, you should be cutting it. You should be. It's quite tough when you come out turn 9. You want to be swinging over to the right as much as you can. When you that right-hander, you want to follow that corner quite as much as you can. Middle of the track, cut turn 10, right onto its apex, push wide on the second apex for 11. You want to make sure when you get to turn 11 you are straight, because if you're pointing outwards, you've got a lot more to do to cut in. So it's a lot about technique when it comes down to turn 11. A nice corner by Benjamin Cardiff there, but this is the end of Q2. So currently at the moment we have I do believe Correct Savant is our only driver out at the moment. Let's see what time he does. So that's the end of Q2. So he got 13th out of that. That's unfortunate. Did put a lot of effort in for that. Oh, thank you, Magnus, and I'm your favourite commentator. It's only because I'm big you up, mate. It is. I do like to do like a bit of banter with you, because your namesake does crash quite a bit. But that's for Q3. We've got Reagan, Thomas, Zion Knight, Rayner, LH44, Cairo, Rocker, Stat6, Apex, and Benjamin all through to Q3. Magnus just missing out. Bagos, Correct Savant, and Maverick all missing out on Q3, which is unfortunate. So we got our top 10 drivers all battling up for our pole position shootouts. Please let us know what you think, guys, because it'd be great to hear your comments. So as we're waiting for Q3 to get underway, a little bit more information thrown at you about Yas Marina. So Yas Marina, as I said before, is a Herman Tilke circuit brought in to Abu Dhabi to make a circuit ready for the 2009 Grand Prix. Now the hotel that's in the middle is made by a New York architecture company. They've also got a theme park and a water park all within the compounds of the circuit, so it's a fantastic holiday resort. You have racing, you have a water park, you have a theme park, fantastic hotel with great views right on a marina, so you got the views to go with it as well. Fantastic. So let's see who our first driver is out. I think that was Benjamin Cardiff, or was it Rocker managed to get out before him? I think Rocker managed to get out first, so we're going to jump on board with Rocker anyway for the warm-up lap. Let's get these times up, because it'll be great to see how these times progress throughout their laps. So if anybody knows about Herman Tilke has made some dreadful courses and some great courses. Turkish Grand Prix course was a Herman Tilke brainwave. That for Apex 10 is something to be admired. But then you've got some very bad circuits such as Sochi and Baku, which a lot of people don't like. So we've got Magnus. He's happy to drop off onto P11 at the moment, because it gives him the best tyre strategy that he would like. Well, that is completely right there, Magnus. You are thinking of the longevity of the race, which means that you're looking at that alternate strategy that a top 10 place would not be able to give you. Plus, it's fresh tyres rather than tyres that you have put 3-4 laps maybe on throughout qualifying. So if you do pick whatever tyre you do pick, you are picking fresh tyres. So Rocket is now on his flying lap. He is hurtling down towards turn 5, turn 6, around turn 7 now. I'm going to jump on board. See, he's had an early apex there, which means he's a bit slower down onto that straight. With this straight, you want to be sitting there wide. We've got F1. Did anyone not turn up? I can join. Oh, I'm sorry. I think we've actually got all our 20 drivers there, Farf. So drop your comment on Discord. I might be wrong, but I do believe we've got 20 drivers. So a Rocco at the moment with a good line through turns 11, 12, 13 and 14. A little bit slow coming on the exit of 14. Now Yas Marina is all about your exit speed. The tight twisting corners, because they are very rigid corners, as in they are straight line corners. They're not the flows that you find in many natural made courses. It does make it tough for drivers to get a nice flow through these corners. So Rocker coming around 10:21 and puts in a great time of 1:35.8. Top end contender there from Rocker. Maybe Kevin is right that Rocker is going to be our pole sitter, but it's good to see what response we're going to get from our other drivers. Rayner currently on his fast lap. He's just gone through 10:7 onto the straight. Let's see how he takes on turns 8 and 9. Knight with a 135.4 provisional pole for him. Stead 6 a 135.6. And Benjamin Carter with 137.8. As you see, Rayners went into the middle of the track there for after turn 8. Turn 9 starts in the middle, goes wide. Great line. Thomas with a great response of 135.0 puts in provisional pole. Rayners lines through 11, 12, 13 and 14 is quite nice. Carries a little bit more speed in 14 than what Rocker did, but will that transpose onto the time? Great line through turn 17 and 18. 19 cuts the corner nicely. Swings right across, giving the most open angle you can get. A little bit twitch of oversteer. Cuts 21 nicely, straightens up and then turn again. With 135.8, that's a respectable time there from Rayners. All our drivers are competing at the highest level right now. Benjamin Cardiff, I believe that was a warm-up lap for himself there. I'm sure he can do a lot quicker. So Rocker's gone into the pits. LH44 135.5, Stead 6 135.6. These drivers will jump in the pits now. Fresh rubber, get back out. There is no reason for not getting another attempt out there because these times are tight. So just going to jump onto the driver. The driver's chat room and seeing how things are developing there. Okay, so we've got no updates from that line. But it'd be interesting to see how the next lot of runs out from our top 10 drivers will do. So we've got from top to bottom, we've got Thomas with 134.8. That's like an unbelievable time. Quite good to see how Reagan responds to that, because Reagan has had some great times pulling out of his bag. Really, he's pulled them out brilliantly. He's done an invalidated lap there, so I believe that this could be a recovery lap, or this will be going straight into the pits. Knight in the pits with 135.4, LH44 going into the pits with 135.5, Stead 6 in the pits with 135.6, Rocker on an out lap, so he's timed this quite well. He might be able to get 3 runs out if he's timed this really well. Rocker with a 135.8 at the moment. Rayners with 135.8. He is only 3 or less than 3 100ths behind Rocker. Stead 6 on an out lap at the moment. Apex with a 136.3. Benjamin Cardiff with a 136.4. I knew he'd get a time a bit better than what he did before. We are waiting for Reagan to make a lap. Is he waiting for last moments, or is everything okay with Reagan? I would like to see if anybody can update me if they know why Reagan is still in the pits. Oh, he's taking his tire blankets off. He's looking for his run now. So that'll be Reagan's got on that lap. Cairo, he had an invalidated lap last time, so let's see if he's got enough in him for a fast lap now. So as he's doing his fast lap now, Reagan will be doing an out lap. Stead 6 on an out lap and Rocker on a fast lap. Let's jump on aboard Rocker, let's see how he's doing. Rocker at the moment at 10. Let's see if he does this. How does this line? So he's gone wide here. See, a lot of people go a bit narrow. uses a little bit of the curve, cuts nicely across. He is up by 0.17 seconds for his current time. So he is competing with Stead with that provisional 4th place. Nicely through turns 18, 19. Up to turn 20. Goes pushed as far wide as he could there. Around 21. Nice and tight. And that's a 1:35.7. So he's improved, but not enough to take that space above him. Now Rayner has jumped out onto his outlap. So let's jump on board. So we've got Stead 6, who looks like he's not improving his time at the moment. No, he's up by 3 seconds by the looks of it. So we have Cairo with a 1:35.3. That's a fantastic time there, Cairo. Let's have a look. Let's jump on board with Reagan. Reagan's on an invalidated lap. Has he got enough time to get round and charge his battery for another fast lap? This could be a problem if you're running a lap at the last minute and it's the only lap you can do. That you've got, if you make one mistake, you could be losing out. He's got a minute to get round to the finish line, so he should have plenty of time to do that. Considering the lap time is 1:36, he's got a minute to get round there, so that should be all right. But he does need to charge a battery for the best possible chance of a fast lap. Thomas 1:34.8, Carry 1:35.3, Zionite with 1:35.4, LH with 1:35.5, Stat 6 1:35.6, Rocker 1:35.7, Raider 1:35.8, Apex with a 1:36.3, Benjamin Carter 1:36.4. So it's very, very tight from top to bottom. Cairo's dropped out. He believes he's done enough. He would not be able to get another fast lap out in time. The time is about to run out now. That was a fantastic provisional second at the moment. That's Thomas, provisional first at the moment. We've got Zion Knight, LH44, Stead 6, Rocker, Rayner, Apex and Reagan all still to finish their lap. So this is going to be a very interesting time indeed. So Stead 6 has jumped into the pits. LH44, small improvements, but small improvements can make big differences. Zion Knight coming around turn 20. 21, does he improve on his time? It's going to be close. 1:35.2. He does, he takes provisional second. LH44. Got to jump on with Rayner because Rayner's actually in front of LH44 at the moment. So it's a nice clean lap. .1:35.1, provisional second. LH44 it has improved this time, but not by much. It's a 1:35.5. So we've got all our drivers have finished, and our leaderboard standings looks like Reagan's put a 1:34.7. That was, I did not see that happen there. I do apologise. I should have been on board. Reagan did a fantastic to get pole. Thomas in second, Rayner in third, Zion Knight in fourth, Carver in fifth, LH44 in sixth, Stead 6 in seventh, Apex in eighth, Rocker in ninth, and Benjamin Cardiff in 10th. Now, Reagan, obviously with our reserve driver in the Mercedes, this could be a big thing for Mercedes. This could bump Mercedes up one, maybe 2 places on the standings at the end of this. Now the battle to watch out today is for that second, so that's LH44 and Stead 6. So you expect to see a lot of battling between them 2 drivers. Any comments from our viewers would be fantastic, because I'm expecting battles galore for us today. So here we go. Air looks clear. Drivers look ready. Last race of the season. I just a little bit speechless about the times that people were pulling off there. It was fantastic. I love a good close battle, and pole is just one side of a race. So we know Reagan's got the speed when he needs it. He is going to make strides where he can. But does he have his race smarts? Does he have the ability to convert that pole into a win? We will find out in a few laps time. What strategy is everybody going on? That's a good question to ask, because that question there will be pinnacle to what people are doing. We could, as we can see, we are doing a formation lap. So this will be Reagan setting up the formation. So we've got Reagan, Thomas, Rayner, Zionite, Cairo, LH44, his battle buddy, Stead 6, Apex, Rocker, Magnus. The 2 Ferraris back to back. Is that Bagos, Correct Savant, Maverick, Benjamin Cardiff, Carter Pierce disqualified from the warm-up lap. Not too sure, maybe he didn't get off the mark quick enough. Shiftmeister is 16th for his first race with us. Drew in 17th. Liam in 18th after that spin and where he crashed out. Nismo in 19th. Kojuti in 20th. It'll be quite interesting to see how Kojuti does today with starting at the back of the grid. A fantastic racer. He's usually up with the mix of the front runners. So we've got, that looks like there might have been a little kind of too close to comfort between Benjamin Cardiff and Shiftmeister. So this grid's been a little bit jostled around. Was there any penalties that I missed? Nothing says on here. Because Benjamin Cardiff was in, because Magnus was 11th and Benjamin Cardiff was 10th. So he's dropped a few places for some reason. I'm not too sure why. If someone can let me know why that happened, then that'd be great. Maybe he picked up a little penalty on qualifying which dropped them down. But let's have a look at tyres. Most drivers are going for the medium tyres, so that'll probably be medium to hard. With 28 laps, you're looking at 10 to 12 laps on the mediums, finishing on hards, and softs are probably best 8 laps, 10 laps if you're at a push. See, hard tyres do last a long time on this course, but it's a high degrading course. Very little elevation, which means that the drivers are basically pushing hard on flat tarmac to get the best speed, and they can't use the elevation to their best advantage. So here we go, as we are lined up ready for the lights. Drivers in position, drivers ready, drivers eager. I'll just see a comment from Benjamin Cardiff. Why am I 14th? Quality with 10th. I've just asked that question to our viewers. If anybody can let us know, that'd be fantastic. And that's their off. They are off, guys. The 5 lights came on quick and now they're off. As we're looking at the moment, we are looking at Reagan, who is in first, even though our graphics are saying he is in 5th. But no one has passed him at the moment. Followed closely behind him by Thomas. We've got Rayner in 3rd. Which he is having a bit of a battle with the... which I believe that's the Williams of LH44. Let's drop back down. There's Rayner and LH44. See, there is no really a turn 1 battle really on this. There is a turn 8 battle though. And it looks like things are shifted round. Cairo in 4th, LH44 in 5th, Stead 6 and 6. Zionite in 7th. And but look at the battle from... oh, few collisions there. Drivers coming in a little bit hot on turn 11. But this is lap 1, so incidents like these do happen. So the drivers are still all tight. Let's see if there's any... Quadruti up to 17th. Schiffmeister is a little bit behind on pace at the moment, but I'm sure he'll catch up no problem. We're on board with Reagan at the moment. Thomas is keeping Reagan within touching distance. I think Reagan had a little bit of oversteer there. And we're looking at a few stop race, so medium, medium, soft. Medium, soft, soft, mediums. Softs will be soft, medium, medium. Maybe might get someone to try a soft, medium, soft, or someone with a medium could push really far and go for that long stint on the mediums and get a good stint off the hards. So it'll be interesting to see how drivers change that strategy as they go along, depending on how the wear is on the tyres. So I'm going through the battles. Let's see what battles we have. We have Rocker, who's making strides on Bagos. Obviously down these straights we are looking at things, and Magnus has made a move on Stead 6. Magnus has climbed very well. Position change at the moment. So currently at the moment Magnus is 5 places up. We have Drew, who is 5 places up. Nismo is up 6 places. Quadruti up 6 places. Quadruti starting at the back. He is looking for those battles. He is looking to make those moves. Fantastic. Late break in there by Quadruti, closing that gap up so much. It's absolutely fantastic to see. Benjamin Cardiff, he is down 1 spot, but Benjamin is a fighter. He will not give up. He will be looking for points. Not too sure why he started 14th. He should be up there where Rocker is at the moment. And Rocker makes some moves on Bagos. Seen this move happening earlier, but Bagos is battling back. A little bit wide there from Bagos. And he jumps into the pits. Is that front wing damage? We went out and end of lap 2, and fastest lap was Reagan. Fastest lap with a 1:39.8, so not too far away from qualifying pace. So we've got Bagos as Zionite and Schiffmeister at the bottom with 1 stop at the moment. Position changes. So Quadruti and Nismo starting at the very back. I've been battling all the way through. Drew started quite far down. It's battled up as well. Magnus 5 places up, started 10th. Absolutely fantastic. So let's have a look, see where our battles are. So Thomas, this will be the battle that we all want to see. We want to see Thomas and Reagan battle. It's quite interesting to see because Thomas has been strong so much all the way through the championship today, up till today. So it'll be fantastic to see how this pans out at the end. Rayner, he is falling behind a little bit from the 2 leaders, but he is strides ahead in front of Cairo at the moment, he is looking like he's making that gap further and further. But Cairo is out to back. Excuse me, Quad Duty with a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. Quad Duty, I do like your brother, but you're cutting these corners, and Benjamin Cardiff is answering back. He is fighting back from starting 14th when he should have started 10th. He is fighting all the way back up. He's on 13th at the moment. I am sure he's going to battle into those points. He's a fantastic driver, is Benjamin. His next on the list is Nismo, and he's not far at all behind. He should get DRS here, but this will be a DRS train, because Nismo will get it from Drew, and Drew will get it from Maverick, and Maverick will get it from no one, unfortunately for him. And we've got to move Stead 6 into turn 8. We're in Magnus is battling with Stead 6. Racing Point and the Ferrari battling back and forth. First, second. A little bit of energy conservation from Stead 6 as they go into turn 11. Good choice by Magnus not to cut that in. Absolutely brilliant battling from these two gents, especially the fact that it's clean battling, which is what we like to see. Rayners does, who actually is the league owner, he does like to see a clean race, so he will quickly have a little look to see if there was any collisions between drivers and give those drivers with a clean race a bonus points if it seemed fit. And we have Stead 6, who is just about a second behind Cairo. Cairo just keeping him out of DRS range. Magnus on the tailpipe of Stead 6, looking to battle back up into that 5th position. Apex up 1 position, closing in on Magnus. So this is a DRS train that's going to be happening here. LH44. He's had a little bit of he was a little bit unlucky, dropped down a little bit, but I'm sure for one of our top drivers, he'll be fighting up. He will be looking to close down on Stead 6. Pit strategy will be critical. I just got a comment asking if this is PC. I'm just this is PS for this is PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Unfortunately, for some races, but it would be great to see Formula 1 racing formats in the future being cross-platform, because it'd be great to see who is up there with the best drivers in the world across all platforms. Quite difficult to say because PC formats tend to think they're the best. I do apologise, I'm just right, so back on it again. So LH44 is dropping back a bit from Apex. He's got 3 seconds away, but that could change with tyre strategy. If he pushes hard and wears those tyres down, he will have to do the 2-stop, but if he takes care of his tyres, looks for the 1-stop, which he possibly could be doing, but he's just took a big chunk of time out of that. That was 3.2 seconds. And Cairo looks like he's crashed out. That's turn 4. Outside of turn 4, goes wide. And we have a penalty for Reagan. Now Reagan was hitting track limits quite a few times, and we got a virtual safety car as Cairo's car is taken from the circuit. Now Cairo he battled hard last time he had a fantastic win of the other week. So, and I think that was on F2, the F2 league. He did fantastic, picking up that second sprint race win, I believe, if my memory serves right. So it's unfortunate to see that he's crashed out today. So that might have been a little bit of a battle in ahead. But what that has done for our race today is Reagan, Thomas and Rayners are all in the same positions as before. Stead 6 in 4th. Magnus in 5th. He's in that 1 second gap behind, and as the virtual safety car is gone, back up to racing. And we're hoping to see some battling here, because Magnus, has done well to get into that spot in 5th. Apex just behind Magnus. He is in with DRS. So we're sure to see that improving. LH bringing that time down. It was over 3 seconds, now it's 2.5. Rocker 1.2 seconds behind LH, but he is up one position. He did start 9th, and drivers in front of him are all battlers. Nismo up 10 places, does have a penalty, and I'm not too sure how that's happened, but we'll have a look later. Duro did get a penalty for multiple warnings, but he is right behind Nismo, and he is in the points. Bagos has retired for the session. Oh, he's hit the pit wall. Oh no. So virtual safety car is out. Some drivers are using this as an opportunity for a cheap pit stop. If you're on the softs, it might be an opportune moment for you to make a quick pit stop, because it might take a little bit of time out of your racing when it comes to a 2 pit stop race. And Shivmeister taking that corner very, very tight. So we are back up in racing. Thomas looks like he is closing that gap in again to Reagan. Rayner, steady racer. Rayner looks like he's actually nursing those tyres. He's not rough at all. It's smooth driving, softly. He's playing a long game. And Reagan has gone into the pits. So Reagan has dropped down to 8th. So we've got Liam, who's actually... If someone can let me know what happened to Liam, because he's not with us at the moment. It doesn't look like... I can't see any evidence of him crashing out. Shivmeister's left the session, so his car has gone ghosted at the moment. I'm not too sure whether that is a technical day problem. But right now at the moment we have Rayner ruling the roost in 1st. Stats 6 in 2nd. Magnus in 3rd. Apex in 4th. Thomas in 5th. Elliot's 4 in 6th. Now Thomas took that corner a little bit too wide, slowed right down, which was a knock-on effect to Elliot's 4. Magnus and Apex have swapped places, and Apex and Magnus is back again. Fantastic battle. So much. The switchbacks has happened. Bit of wheel-to-wheel contact. Shivmaster's back with us, so I'm sure he's going to jump back in his car and go. Apex is made and held onto 3rd. Magnus 6 places up from where he started, sitting in 4th, but he's sucking the exhaust fumes out of Apex's Mercedes LH44, hounding both of them, ready to pounce. When he gets the opportunity, he is going to make that move. Thomas in 6th. He's looks like he might have a little bit of damage, and he's going back into the pits. The medium strategy pit stop is open for the 2 pits. Yes, front wing damage. Front wing damage for anybody, and that's a bit wide there from Nismo. He'd definitely get a warning for that. So let's see where our next battles are. So LH44 currently in 4th, as we're waiting for the interval times to update. Currently in 4th, looking at the difference between 2nd, which is 18 points, and 4th, which I believe is 10 points, will put Stat 6 in to 2nd on the standings. So LH44 tyre strategy needs to be making the best options for him. So we're looking at Rocker coming up to LH44. So our times have dropped at the moment. I do apologise, so we can't really see where the battles are. Just having to fish through. So we got Magnus right behind Nismo. So I think Magnus is pitted and got some fresh tyres on, and it's making it as though Rayners and Stead 6 are jumping into the pits. LH44 stays out. Is the undercut, is the overcut the way forward? We will find out. So LH44 needs to stay within this 1 second gap to Apex at the marker point, so he can get DRS and make the best opportunity of this lap. A lot of drivers taking turn 7 a bit tight. Need to be looking for that wider angle. But if LH44 does fall out of DRS time, Rocker's right behind him. And Rocker's got DRS, so Rocker is going to be making a move. Fantastic move by Rocker. LH44 knowing that he could not defend from that move, allowed him to take that. But it just means that LH44 will be in DRS range. Reagan right on the back end of LH44, looking to make that overtake move happen soon. Now LH44 is on all the tyres, so the front four have not pitted at the moment. Well, I'm sure Reagan's pitted. Or did he end up pitting twice and then having to put his auto? Apex has got a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So the Mercedes are double stacking. It's so communication very limited at Mercedes at the moment, if that's the case, where the double stack did not work to their advantage. Currently first at the moment is Rocker. Rocker looks like he might be putting a long stint in on these mediums to go for that medium soft one-stop strategy, which will be very, very tough to do. Rayners in second on his soft tyres, bound to be making strides to that gap with Rocker. What could happen here is Rayners could do a nice stint on the soft tyres here, push hard, and then go for the hard tyres towards the end, or he could end up going back to mediums, because I don't think soft tyres will hold for 9 laps. Stead 6 currently in third. Fresh medium tyres, and more importantly he is 3 places in front of LH44. Apex currently in 4th on fresh soft tyres, so there is a mix of strategies. We got Iron Knight on 8 lap old hard tyres, so he was in the, he made an early pit stop, chose to go the hard tyres, so he will be going probably as far as he can, depending on how long those hard tyres last. Depends if he goes onto mediums or onto softs at the end. Rayners with the new fastest lap of 139.2. So we are looking at 3 seconds away from getting to qualifying time. And Regan with a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. I do believe that might be his second penalty, but he might have actually saved the penalty for it. No. And that's Kojiti spinning out. Not too sure what happened there. I think he's got a bit of front wing damage. He's back on it and back pushing forward. So we're going to run through top to bottom to see as our standings are. Rayners in first. Stead's 2 seconds. I think Kojiti has DNF. I think that damage was a bit too much for his car. Let's see what car passing by. So we're looking at the entry to turn 7, where Cochuti car was left. So I think that spin out was the catalyst that sent Cochuti out of the race. So we're down to 16 drivers remaining within this race. So Rayners in first, followed by just under 4 seconds by Stead 6. Apex with 3.2 seconds behind him, with LH44 2.2 seconds behind him. Rocco 3.8 seconds behind. Reagan closing in with a 0.7 seconds and closing fast. Rocco's got fresh hard tyres. Now Rocco could be pushing all the way to the end on these tyres. 16 laps on hard tyres. It is doable. He did push those soft tyres up to 12 laps. Thomas 1.6 seconds behind Reagan. Reagan's about to make the move. As you can see, side by side with Rocco. Medium versus soft. I'm sorry to say that, but hard. Sorry, medium versus hard. Hard's got no chance. But that's a great line by Rocco. Rocco is still fighting back. DRS not enabled for Reagan because he made the move beforehand, but as Rocco got it, Rocco has got DRS, so he's looking to stay in that battle. Shiftmeister with a 3-second penalty. So that's a great battle between those two drivers here. I think that is our only battle so far. I am keeping an eye out up and down the table to see. Oh, Correct Savant is right behind Magnus. Correct Savant opens up that beautiful tail of the Renault. I don't think any spoiler is better looking than the Renault. Comments, guys, what you think, because I'm sure that I'm not wrong on that. And the fastest lap for Reagan with 1:38.2, a fantastic time on medium tyres as well. So we might see some soft tyre goers pushing hard to get that fastest lap at the end. Now Magnus looks like he went a little bit wide there. So I'm just going to peer through the back of each spoiler and see which ones I do believe is the nicest. So some of these are very similar. Oh, look at that! It's just those two are exactly the same, pretty much. It's just a Racing Point's got a skinnier midpoint. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go for the Renault. Renault is definitely the best looking spoiler. And Thomas making moves onto Rocco. Now, I could expect to see this battle lasting right until turn 8 again. And Thomas is hunting Reagan down. I do find this is a fantastic race today. A lot of battling between some great drivers. Some little surprise I did not expect with our newcomer Reagan to be that good. A few little in line with track limits exceeded, but nothing that that can't be resolved by just a bit more careful driving by the drivers. So let's have a look at penalties so far. Apex with a 8-second penalty. So speeding in the pit lane and probably multiple warnings. Reagan was 6 seconds, 2 lots of multiple warnings. Nismo 6 seconds again. Magnus with 3 seconds. Correct someone with 3 seconds. Bro with 15 seconds. That will be all going for track limits. Benjamin Cardiff 3 seconds. Shiftmeister 8 seconds. That will probably be. Oh, Oh, that was a great battle there between the Red Bull and the Ferrari. And Thomas has made it stick. A little bit of a wiggle from Rocker coming out of turn 9, but that was a fantastic move. I thought it might have been a little bit too late, but he made it stick. And the gap is opening. It looks like there's not going to be much response from the Ferrari. So as we see now, Magnus picked up another 3-second penalty. So let's have a look. Right, so who's got left? Nismo has not stopped yet. Nismo stops, he is looking to be going right down to probably 14th, 15th. Well, I wouldn't say 15th, probably 13th or 14th. And Shivmeister has gone into the pits. It's a position change. Rayners up 2, Stead 6 up 5, Apex up 5, LH up 2, Reagan down 4, Thomas down 4, Rocket up 2, Zionite down 4, Nisma up 10, Maverick up 3, Magnus down 1, Craig Savant in the same place as he started, Carter up 2, Drew up 3, Benjamin Cardiff down 1, and Shivmeister is level. Now I do feel sorry for Benjamin at the moment. He should have been started at 10th. He did qualify 10th, but I don't know whether there was a penalty put in place or whether it was a problem with our system. But that is something that Benjamin could be speaking to the stewards about to see whether there was anything that could be done about that. So a little bit of a shifty battle between Nismo and Maverick. Maverick looking to take that 9th spot away from Nismo. Nismo going very wide there. Maverick with the better line, I would say. And there's wheel to wheel battling. Clip of the wing. Not too sure how that will be seen as, whether it's a racing incident or blame it on one or both drivers, but that was it's a battle for that both of them are looking to carry on. Whether that's enough to make Maverick jump into the pits, there's a little bit of understeer there and he stays out. Again, more understeer, he has had to slow down quite a lot, and Magnus cuts in nicely at 10.21. Shivmeister making moves. Now Shivmeister is trying to unlap himself. He is very much available to, but he's gone wide on that corner. And it looks like that was a bit of wheel to wheel. Magnus with a 10-second penalty. He did get knocked off course with Nismo. Stewart will have to look at that at the end. Magnus and Nismo will have to give up their information and footage feed to deliberate what exactly happened there. Well, I can't divulge any details, and it looks like Magnus has given back the spot to Nismo. It would have been an illegal overtake, considering that Magnus was a little bit behind Nismo when they went into turn 5. Magnus moves up to 9th, Maverick up to 10th, Nismo is now in 11th, Correct Savant in 12th. Now Shivmeister is currently ghosting at the moment. I think it's and I think damage to Nismo has forced him to pit, probably because he should be pitting. Nismo should pit because he is dropping down behind. Magnus is in the pit at the moment for a front wing change. Oh, did Magnus serve his penalty? I don't think he did. That's 16 seconds of penalties he's got at the moment. These penalties will make a big difference when it comes to the end results. So, right at the front we have Stead 6. Rayner must have pitted because it looks like he is on. Fresh mediums, yes. So Rayner pitting nicely and safety car result. That's Benjamin Cardiff has gone out. Now, question would be: is where did Benjamin go out? Where did he crash anywhere? Did he make a mistake? Now, Ben, if you're listening to us, but my friends, let me know. We've got Patrick Joe Ferret. Hello, Patrick. How are you doing, my friends? Let me know what you're thinking of the race today. Who you think is going to be battling at the top at the end. So we've got Rocco currently sitting in first. Stead 6 in second. Reagan in third. Rayner in fourth. Apex in fifth. Apex better get a move on and close that gap down. Thomas in sixth. LH44, who has pitted onto soft tyres, is in seventh. So we are looking at a battle at the front, because LH44 has got to get past these drivers and get past Stead 6 to make sure he keeps his second place in the championship. Iron Knight in 8th, Craig Savant in 9th, Carter in 10th, Magnus in 11th, Maverick in 12th, Drew in 13th, Nismo in 14th, and Shiv in 15th. Now, apart from Rocco, who's currently sitting in first, and Shiv, every single person has been in the pits during this safety car. Fantastic to see. So we're going to be expecting a few laps of safety car, and then once that goes in, the battle will be on. And I don't know, I really don't know who to put my money on. I think Reagan's got the pace that Reagan probably get first in my eyes at the moment, because he has got a very good pace at the moment. Stead 6 is going to be battling up there as well. Rayner is not to be sniffed at. He is on medium tyres. Whether these soft tyres are enough to last long enough. And Ben, ouchie. I am really sorry to see that. Ben, just let us know what happened. Where did you crash? So Apex, again with the medium tyres, like Rayner, Thomas with soft tyres, LH with soft tyres, Iron Knight with soft tyres. So a lot of drivers gone for the soft tyres, 3 with the medium tyres and 1 still on the hard tyres. Does the soft tyres have it in them to last to the end? Is the medium tyres got enough grip to hold off the soft tyres? We've seen in qualifying that the medium tyres were just as good as the soft tyres for putting in some good times. Obviously soft tyres will be better, but it wasn't much different. So Rayner and Apex could be battling it nicely with the front runners nearer to the end of the laps. So we're on lap 20 of 28, 9 laps including this one to go. Drivers jostle a little bit, looking for the perfect line, keeping rubber warm and trying to keep as much rubber on those soft tyres as possible. So nice and smooth through the corners. And we've got Carter P for a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flag. Okay. I'm not too sure whether Magnus has been told to pass Carter. So we're all bunching up. Safety car will be going in. So Rocco will be slowing this down. So he gently rolls to slow the cars down. So naturally slowing the cars down. Let's drop back and see how the other drivers are responding to this. So I want to see these drivers battling it out to get into that. So Rocco has made his move off quickly. With them being on the hard tyres, he did have to make a good start because Stead is right on there. Stead pulls up knowing that he didn't have a smooth enough line for that to go full throttle through turn 3 and 4. Rayner with a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. Track limits, I guess that would be. And we've got a yellow flag just pop up briefly in sector 1. That would just be for some drivers just jostling a little bit for position. So we are Stead 6 closing in on this Ferrari at the moment with the hard tyres. Goes for the outside and the switchback did not pay off there for Stead 6. Somehow, and Regan's managed to get a good line out of turn 9. Wheel to wheel battling between Regan and Rocco, and Stead 6 has a great view for it, and look at that, Regan double switching behind the Ferrari, causing the Ferrari to cover the wrong line, opens the door and allows them to go through. So that's Regan up to first, Stead 6 in second. Oh, Rocco dived in there in the tight angle, and Rocco overspilled there, knocked into Rayner a bit. So Rayner now sitting 4th. Rayner has slowed down. He's going into the pits. Virtual safety car. That would be for the that probably will be for the contact between Rayner and Rocco. Rocco diving right across into Stead 6, across Stead 6 front to try and take that position. Goes wide. When he comes back on, he clips into Rayner and puts Rayner into the wall. Luckily, Rayner got a minor damage and is still able to race on. So we are having a virtual safety car, holding the drivers off, cyanide, giving a bit of breathing space to the driver in front. Rocco has left the session. Rayner has has dropped out the race. I think that knock was just enough to knock him out the race for now. It's unfortunate to see. We don't like to see drivers dropping out. So currently at the moment we do have, oh, LH44 has dropped out the race. Stead 6 only needs to finish this race in a decent in 8-4 higher to take the second place. It's unbelievable. We've got 12 drivers left in the race. We've got 7 laps, including this one, to go. Battles are Apex onto Iron Knight, Correct Savant onto Apex, and Maverick onto Carter. I do believe there will be some investigations going on because there were some Some wheel-to-wheel bashing between some drivers. Nismo closing in on Drew. Magnus has held off a little bit. He is closing that gap down slowly. And we do have penalties for all but 2 of our drivers as well. Penalties. Let's see. Penalties will make a difference to a lot of drivers. Let's have a look. So, Stead 6 only has to stay within 6 seconds of Reagan to take pole. Thomas with 3 seconds has to get within 3 seconds of Reagan to get in front of him. Apex has got 3 seconds penalty. Iron Knight with no penalties. Correct Savant with 6. Carter with 5. Maverick with 3. Nismo with 15. Magnus with 16. Drew with 18. And Shiftmeister with 9. And Nismo with another 3 second penalties, pushed them up to 18. Track limits that will be. Drew, Magnus has managed to get up to 10th. So he's got past Drew. So the times will be the penalties will affect, and we've got Iron Knight with a 3 second penalty. So Stead 6 is our only fully clean driver at the moment. Correct Savant is not got control of his car at the moment. He should join back with us in a moment. Let's wait and see if he jumps in control of his vehicle. He should do it any moment. So 12 drivers left. Reagan in first, followed by Stead 6, Thomas in third, Apex in fourth, Iron Knight in fifth, Carter in sixth, Maverick in seventh, who's closing in on Carter. Fantastic move by Maverick. Locks up there, but the move sticks. He's now up to 6. Nismo in 8th, Magnus in 9th, Drew in 10th, Correct Savant in 11th, and Shiftmeister in 12th. A Correct Savant is looking to get that points place back from Drew. Dropped down a little bit while his connection was gone. Dives on the inside. He makes that move stick. Fantastic move by Correct Savant. His teammate Kojuti would have been proud of that move. So drivers, anybody still remaining, let us know what you're thinking of the race so far. There is big changes up and down the grid from our usual races, especially with the newcomers like Reagan and Shiftmeister joining us. So Reagan with 6 seconds penalty will have to work hard to make that gap count, because Stead 6 is just 3 seconds behind him. So Reagan is making moves of opening that gap, but I don't think it's enough to hold up that front position, that first place at the end. Magnus has made his move on Nismo, but he's gone wide. Multiple warnings for Magnus, so that's another 3 seconds on him. Nismo's coming in. Now that was a terrible move by Nismo, hitting into the back of Magnus. There was no attempt to go wide. That was a direct hit. Whether this was retaliation from a incident between Magnus earlier in the race, I cannot comment because I have not seen what happened just before. But the wheel to wheel respect there is quite good. A little bit more wheel bashing from, both drivers. A little nudge from Magnus. And Nismo has gone into the pits. Nismo speeding in the pit lane has got another 5-second penalty. New front wing, fresh soft tyres. And he's back out. So I'm just looking for our next battle, which I think is Apex on Thomas. Oh, whoa, I didn't see that. Carter P has made the move back onto Claire. Maverick, I completely missed that. I'm just sorry, guys, I didn't catch it quick enough. But down into turn 8, Carter takes the inside line and makes the move stick. But Maverick has got the pace, he's got the DRS by the looks of it. And makes it into turn 11. Close battle in between the two drivers. Brilliant to see that. Pardon me. We've got Apex, who is currently closing in on Thomas within DRS range, so we are expecting a nice battle between turn 7 and turn 8. If anybody knows the name of that straight, that would be fantastic. It would save me a lot of time saying turn 7 and 8. So if you're listening, and let me know what you think that straight is called. Well, it won't surprise me if it's called the Herman Tug. And it's a little nudge from Apex to Thomas. Not enough to make any damage or any significant harm to Thomas's race. Thomas goes a little bit wide in that corner. I mean, just a fraction wide. Holds it up, but it does mean that Apex opens the door a little bit more for Apex. Apex should have DRS in this, which he does. Thinking, which side does he go on? It would have to be the inside because Thomas has taken a wide corner. Not close enough to make that stick. Not close enough to make any move there. Carter Maverick. Fantastic race between these two drivers. And it's always in the same parts of the race course. So we have Carter's managed actually to hold it out for Maverick. So Maverick is closing in on Carter. And Maverick's not able to make any difference on that particular corner then. So this lap, Carter will lead into our final lap. So as we've got Reagan over the line to our final lap. Our final lap of the race. So we've got Reagan, Stead 6, Thomas, Apex, Iron Knight, which Apex and Thomas are so close right now. That could change rounds. Iron Knight, Carter, Maverick, Correct Savant, Magnus, Drew, all within the points. Nismo and Shivmeister in 11th and 12th. All drivers apart from Stead 6 have got penalties, but how much of a difference would that make to the race? I am going to jump on board with Reagan and bounce between. I'm going to change that. I am going to jump on board Apex currently at the moment to see if he's going to make any move into either 10-8 or 10-11. We have a yellow sector in sector 1 and 2, and Druro is out of the race. That looks like it's a similar place where Quadruti went out, as well as when Liam went out in qualifying. We are not going to get to see what happened there. Oh, little nudge from Apex. Tries to go on the outside. See, these have these soft tyres gone. Have these soft tyres gone over the cliff, and that's why these medium tyres are doing well. So we go for a round final corner with Reagan. And there you go, fireworks going off, and he's over the line. Stead 6. Thomas. So Stead 6 has actually got the win because he has actually got first with the time penalties. Thomas is third. Apex in 4th. Iron Knight in 5th, Maverick in 6th, Carter in 7th, Correct Savant comes over the line in 8th, Magnus Magnus takes 8th from Correct Savant because of penalties. Nismo provisionally taking 10th. And that's the end of our race with Schiffmeister finishing 12th. So we'll go through. Driver of the day says Nismo, but I will be honest, I would go with either Reagan or Stead 6 personally with their abilities that they've shown today. Commiserations to our front runners who dropped out the race due to damages, but this will be something that in the drivers' chat that we'll discuss. It's a great moment for Stead 6, who's managed to get second place in the championship there. We'll take a moment for us to work out who has got 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th within the drivers and constructors. But fastest lap going to Reagan with a 1:38.1. Not far from qualifying time. Very well deserved. Fantastic race by all. Cleanest race by Stead 6 with no penalties whatsoever. Penalties ranging from 3 seconds all the way up to 26 seconds. As we go quickly file through our instance, we've got 15 seconds, so we've got contact between Maverick, Rayner, Thomas and Schiffmeister. Maverick not getting a warning. Quickly go through. Let's see if we can quickly go through. Oh, not managed to get through that. I'm sure one of our other drivers might have got through and seen who got the clean driving. Well, that is the end of our race today, guys. Thank you for watching, and it's also the end of this season of our Friday night racing. Join us again soon when we are opening up our next Friday night racing. We also have F2 and Monday night racing available. So thank you very much. This is Rayners Racing League. I was Gary, aka Ferret. Thank you for joining me this evening, and look forward to seeing you again soon. And that our race was sponsored by Sim Racer Coin, which is a cryptocurrency designed for rewarding esports racers with currency to go and buy their own state-of-the-art racing or simulation racing equipment. Well, thank you for joining me again, guys, and goodbye.